1, 2, check, check, check. All right, Logan, you good?
Yep, good to go.
Wait,
All right, Liberty Creek is 8-2.
Okay.
I think Green Hill is now 10-0.
Is this angled or no? Is camera 2 angled or no? Is it like slightly angled for y'all? Ooh. Don't worry about it. Yeah, is it leaning? Okay, thank you.
On the road or on the hill, your Hawks play here. This is the Green Hill Sports Network, the official home for all live broadcast of Green Hill Athletics.
Game number 2 of tonight's action here at Mount Juliet High School is the District 9 Championship between the Liberty Creek Wolves and the Green Hill Hawks. And it's here on the Green Hill Sports Network and on BNN. Good evening, I'm Christian Capozzi alongside Logan Hagelin from Mount Juliet High School in Roger Perry Field. Game number 1 this evening saw Green Hill defeat Mount Juliet in the Wilson County Championship 33-20. And now in game number 2, the Liberty Creek Wolves at 8-2 overall on the year. They now meet the Green Hill Hawks as they enter tonight's game at 9-0. Logan, it's a matchup that features two teams, champions out of their own county. For Liberty Creek out of Sumner County, Green Hill right here in Wilson County, and they're playing for a spot in next week's TSSAA State Invitational. Exciting action to come here in just a moment.
Yeah, Green Hill just played a strong showing against Mount Juliet, and let's see if they can keep that up. Hopefully they're not too tired after that game. Maybe they're warmed up. You never know. Liberty Creek coming off of a cold start here. So two different perspectives. Let's see how they play.
Yeah, it's an interesting fact that you bring up, too, about Liberty Creek. Talking about somewhat of a cold start, they obviously didn't play in Game 1 tonight. That was Green Hill with that win over Mount Juliet. But here for Liberty Creek, they haven't played in a couple weeks. Their Sumner County Championship was back in mid-April, and they kind of were the Cinderella out of Sumner County. They end up defeating Hendersonville on a walk-off touchdown on the final play of the game. As they had a couple losses, they end up stunning the previously undefeated Hendersonville Commandos to get to this district championship. And like we mentioned, the winner tonight will go on to the TSSAA State Invitational next week in Murfreesboro. It'll be Green Hill to have the ball first. 2 20-minute running clock halves. The clock will stop as a regular football game as we would see in the fall in the final 2 minutes of each half. And the winner, as we mentioned here tonight, will go on to Rutherford County next week. The loser has their season come to an end. This is postseason football here in late April.
Yeah, let's see if Liberty Creek has any more juice left in the tank as an underdog. Green Hill, obviously the favorite at 10-0.
Hawks on offense to begin at Sully Garrick, the quarterback. With the snap, rushed immediately. Sully will take off and run, and Garrick has it past the 20 and going to move the chains on a rare scramble for the senior quarterback. Takes off and run for a gain of 7, first down, Green Hill.
Yeah, something that I saw last game was Sully's awareness is so on point today. She was able to evade the sack there. I know she didn't get too many yards, but that could have been bad.
Already a little bit of a different look from what we saw in game number 1. Mountain Juliet didn't rush the quarterback all that much. Here on the first snap of the game, the Wolves go after Garrick. She picks up 7, first down and 19 for the Hawks. Garrick with the snap from Pfeiffer. She looks to throw, pressured, throws left. It's short and incomplete. Intended for McKenna Solomon. Pressure on the play by Ava Hergen, the rusher for the Liberty Creek Wolves.
Yeah, solely under pressure again. She had to throw that one out there. Way to find a receiver, though. Just a little bit out of reach. Couldn't haul it in.
Just a minute into the contest. Now second down for Green Hill. Undefeated in the regular season. With a win in the championship game, they find themselves here against the Liberty Creek Wolves, like we mentioned, for this newer program. These are two of the newer schools, really, in Middle Tennessee. Green Hill opening in 2020, Liberty Creek a year or two afterwards. But really a matchup between two of the new kids on the block here between Wilson County and Sumner County, right down 109. It's second down as we had a stoppage in play. They didn't have the down marker, and it looks like it's Nick Ware for Green Hill going to operate that on the far sideline here on second down. Receivers right and left. Garrick with the snap, throws right side. It's Solomon with the reception, gets away from one Wolf with a flag down, now goes right to left, and it's Solomon that has it out near midfield. The flag pulled by Alyssa Page, the freshman. This may come back for flag guarding against McKenna Solomon.
Yeah, I saw that too, Christian. She looks like she lowered her arm there, try to block it and defend it. See if it'll get called back.
A play that would have had it third and short for Green Hill, going to go back around the original line of scrimmage. Also a loss of down, now third and long for Green Hill. Tolbert and Plummer to the left, Hawks the receiver to the right. Solomon also on the left side of the field. Snap to Garrick, one rusher for Liberty Creek. They throw short, Pfeiffer, and the center has a short gain. Stop made by Garner, the senior for Liberty Creek. There is also a late flag down after the reception. Pfeiffer seems to be a little bit dinged up after the grab, as it's going to be an automatic first down for Green Hill.
Liberty Creek really standing strong in their blitzes. That's 4 in a row. Start the game. See if they keep that up.
Didn't necessarily catch the penalty there against the Wolves, but regardless, first down Green Hill on what was probably going to be an occasion where they would have to punt. Instead, it's going to be 1st and 7 for the Hawks, needing to get to the 40-yard line for a first down. Receivers either side. Garrick with the snap, throws left, throws right into the waiting arms of a Wolf, and it's intercepted. Liberty Creek with the pick. Right place, right time for Ruby Saylor, the junior. Picks off the pass inside Green Hill territory, and that's where the Wolves will take over on offense for the first time here tonight.
Yeah, Garrick looked a little rattled in that play. I think the pressure's really getting to her, but she could probably come back and get strong again. But that throw is right to the defender's arms.
That's a great point. Green Hill saw almost no pressure from Mountain Juliet in game number 1. Liberty Creek sends pressure on every play of the first drive of the game and results in an interception. First and about 15 for Liberty Creek as they have it at the Green Hill 35. On offense, they put a Wolf in motion. There's the snap. It's a run by the quarterback, Olivia Tate, and the junior stopped immediately right around the line of scrimmage. It's Sarah Butler with the pull of the flag.
Yeah, they went with the option there. MJ actually scored a touchdown on that by pitching it out to the running back with Donahue. Way to recover from that.
The option play was big time for Liberty Creek in that Sumner County Championship. That's how they ended up winning the ball game on the final play of the game. Here's a throw across the middle, caught inside the 20, and it's going to be a first down for Liberty Creek. It's Emma Moreau, the sophomore, that moves the chains. First and goal for the Wolves just over 4 minutes into this District 9 championship. No score between Liberty Creek and Green Hill.
Hannah Compton again on the saving touchdown. I mean, we've seen that a couple times last night and last game. She's really good about stepping up in those situations.
Tate, a dual threat, has already taken off and run once tonight. There, throws across the middle for a first down. Ball spotted at the 14-yard line. First and goal, Liberty Creek. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Tate in the gun with Saylor to her left. Snap on first and goal. They'll flip it right side. Taken in by Pomeroy. Tries to hit the edge but cannot. As the freshman McKinley Stone with the stop. Short gain. It's second and goal.
Green Hill waiting for that. They're watching that, and they pounce on it as soon as they could.
Just past the 5-minute mark of the first half. No score between Green Hill, Liberty Creek. Hawks had it to start. It was an INT. Now Wolves trying to capitalize on the turnover. There's a throw by Tate. Throws left, high and incomplete over the head of Peyton Garner. A lot of traffic in that area as it's a long third down awaiting the Wolves of Liberty Creek High School.
Yeah, it looked like exactly like last game. Again, Addie Osborne had a couple throws just like that, just a little over the head, towards the middle of the field. Couldn't come down with it. There was a couple defenders there who could have swatted it away.
After getting the pick to start, can Liberty Creek capitalize? They've got 2 plays to go 14 yards. It's Tate calling for the football, takes a drop. Green Hill with pressure. There's a throw, middle of the field. Butler makes the stop on third down, but a late flag. This may be a hold against Green Hill. Play made left side, the reception by Ruby Saylor. As there ended up being, looked like multiple flags down for a moment. And this is going to go against the Hawks. It would have brought up fourth down. Let's see if this results in a first down. The marker still says third. It is going to be first down. It's a big penalty there against Green Hill. First and goal, Wolves. Tight formation left side. 3 targets right off the football for Liberty Creek. Snap. They're going to go double reverse. Ball is on the ground, and that one's going to move it back, and a loss of down as the miscue by Liberty Creek cost them some yardage.
Yeah, definitely not what you want there. Definitely want to get the ball. But luckily it's not a live ball, so they're okay to have the ball back.
Back some 3 or 4 yards. Almost 7.5 minutes into the first half. Green Hill, Liberty Creek scoreless in this District 9 championship. Winner will play in next week's TSSAA State Invitational in Murfreesboro. Second and go. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. There's a snap to Tate. Pressured. Now trying to get out of the way, but cannot. Taken down for the sack. It's Reed McLean, the freshman, into the backfield. And Liberty Creek after the penalty going backwards.
Yeah, Reed McLean had a little bit of a delay of a blitz there. So I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. They weren't really expecting it. A little late. Had their eyes down the field. And there came McLean for the sack.
Second, third, and goal of this drive for Liberty Creek. The previous one, a penalty for the Hawks, gave the Wolves second life, but since then they've gone backwards. A dropped football and a double reverse, then the sack. On third and long, Olivia Tate with the snap. Hawks in 1, Tate pressure off the end. She'll tuck and run, and Tate will be stopped by McLean for no gain. It's fourth down. Oh, this Green Hill defense is tightened up here in the red zone. That's now 6 consecutive goal to go downs. Now it'll be the 7th. It'll be 4th and long for the Wolves.
Yeah, Morgan Middleton came off hot off the edge, and that running back can't put a block down, but she definitely could stand in the way as a screen, forced the quarterback up, and then in came the linebackers, closed it down.
Green Hill will start to back up. Looks like 3 or 4 safeties just shy of the goal line. On 4th and 15, Tate sees one rush across the middle. Ball is intercepted. Stepping in front of the pass and picking it off for Green Hill. The play is made by number 16, Hannah Compton, the junior that Logan Hagelin just brought up there. Picks it off and gives it back to Green Hill. Back-to-back picks to begin this District 9 championship.
Yeah, Compton was there, right place, right time. She didn't really have to take a dive for it. Ball came right to her, just where she wanted to be. Got Green Hill the ball back.
We're scoreless, almost 10 minutes into this district championship. Green Hill with 10.5 minutes left in the first half will start about their 5-yard line. Backed up, they hand off Tolbert, her first touch of this game. And she'll be limited on a very short game, maybe right back to the line of scrimmage. Liberty Creek tight defensively as the grab's made by Ruby Saylor on the far side of the field.
KT is the one you want to have the ball in your hands. KT can normally shift upfield. That time she couldn't get away. She'll definitely get more touches this game, though.
Hawks, Tolbert to the right, Solomon Plummer to the left. Pfeiffer to snap, Galbraith the running back for Green Hill. With the snap, Soley Garrick rolls left, avoids one, now tucks and run. Garrick already past the line of scrimmage, she'll throw, Galbraith dives for the football, grabs it but didn't go anywhere with it. That play was all sorts of out of whack, caused by the pressure by the Liberty Creek Wolves. It's going to be 3rd and long.
Garrett did a good job about dancing and moving around in the pocket, but that was a dangerous throw at the end. Could have been a lot worse. Luckily, Galbraith was able to corral that ball in.
Offensive coordinator for Green Hill is Josh Crouch. Just signaled to his senior quarterback, let's calm down here on 3rd and long, just yards away from the end zone. 9:15 left to play first half. No score between Green Hill and Liberty Creek. 2 receivers left, 3 to the right. Garrick in the backfield all alone. There's the snap, looks left, throws right. Tolbert looking to pass. She'll go deep, downfield looking for Plummer. Ball is caught. Kennedy Plummer has it for a first down. The double pass worked out perfectly for Green Hill.
I've been talking about this for 2 days. Whenever you can get Kennedy Plummer with her height advantage, there it is. They've been waiting for that one to connect. The double pass was perfect. They had a blitz right up the middle, left the outsides open, enough time to throw the ball downfield.
There were 2 flags back behind the play. Both officials have already picked them up. And it is going to be a first down for Green Hill. They tried that twice last night against Lebanon, did not work. Earlier tonight, Tolbert tried to pass in the county championship. Here connects in the district championship. On first down, they're going to try a option right side. Solomon flips it out wide to Galbraith. And Green Hill gains about a yard as Liberty Creek defended it well.
I like the option with the running backs. Just Liberty is so fast with the football. They pounce on it as quick as they can, and it's working out. Green Hill is definitely under some pressure.
So after the miracle play on 3rd and long, see how they can try to take advantage of now a 2nd and 10. Garrick, quick throw. Solomon on the boundary. McKenna with 5, and stop there. A sure-handed stop once again by Liberty Creek. And it's Ruby Saylor, the juniors, all over the place on defense. She brings up 3rd and 5 with 7:35 left first half, and we are scoreless here at Mount Juliet High School.
Very impressive for Saylor there. One of the hardest people to get on this field is McKenna Solomon. Her size, she's just able to go right under your arms.
On 3rd and 5, Garrick to throw again. It's Solomon in the backfield trying to make a move and has it for a first down. It's right at the 41 where she stepped out of bounds, or I should say the 39 as she crosses the 40. And Green Hill, 2 third down conversions on this drive, just piecing it together 13 minutes into the contest.
You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. It's going to take time to get down the field.
1st and 19. Now inside Liberty Creek territory. Garrick to throw again across the middle. It's caught. It's Galbraith and had it ripped away off her waist. It's the stop by Liberty Creek. Gain of 5 and another short but productive first down for the Hawks.
I'll take that reception any day of the week. Definitely getting you some good yards, a couple more of those, get another first down, get the ball moving.
Liberty Creek, they play 4 Wolves right at the line where they can rush, so really hard to tell where the pressure is coming from. Green Hill wide splits here, 2 receivers stacked on either sideline. On 2nd and long, Garrick to throw downfield, targeting Tolbert. Ball is broken up. Tolbert had a step, but it was an underthrown football that was tipped by Pomeroy. The stop brings up 3rd down with 6 minutes left in the half, and no score here between Green Hill and Liberty Creek.
Green Hill wanted the shot there. Usually they have the back receiver kind of take a few steps and come back on a little screen, but that time they sent them all down the field, and luckily Pomeroy was able to jump up and swat that one down. Almost came away with an interception.
Last time on 3rd down, the big play, it was Kennedy Plummer. She's lined up to the left. Hawks have already converted on 2 third downs on this drive. It's Garrick looking to pass, now rolls right. She'll try to run, got a long way to go. Garrick spins away from one Wolf and then finally stopped on the run by Peyton Garner. That is probably going to give Green Hill an opportunity to go for it on 4th down after the run of about 10 yards, it'll be 4th and 5.
Yeah, you want some underneath stuff right here. Maybe Katie Tolbert or McKenna Solomon, just little couple steps, take it and try to fight for that first down.
Well, both of those receivers are lined up on the sidelines. Wide split once again for Green Hill. Garrick snap, throws, Tolbert, high ball. It's over her hands and out of bounds, incomplete, as it'll be 4th down, the turnover on downs, as the Hawks take almost 6 minutes off the clock here in the first half. But another turnover on downs. Liberty Creek gets back-to-back stops on defense.
Yeah, passed a little too high. I said Katie Tolbert would get that one. Couldn't quite corral that one in. Look for her next time.
A chance here for Liberty Creek after seeing Green Hill take the opening kickoff. The Wolves have a chance to strike before halftime and then get the ball to start the second half. It's a handoff to get things going. It's a run off the left side of the formation. Saylor dodges multiple Hawks and has it right at the 40-yard line. Her line to gain moves the chains. First down with 4:15 left in the first half.
Ruby Saylor is playing exactly like Brooklyn Donahue was last game. Both sides of the ball, very productive, very efficient, moves the ball and makes plays.
Wonder here, too, with Liberty Creek knowing they get the ball to begin the second half, keeping it more on the ground, more sure-handed plays. Clock will run regardless. But maybe even try to chew up some more time if possible. On first down, they're going to run option again. They flip it left side with room to run down the boundary. It is Saylor. She's still not taken down as she gets past the 20 and finally making the stop as she has multiple times tonight. It was Compton for Green Hill, and back-to-back plays results in first downs for Liberty Creek. Now 3.5 minutes left in the half.
You almost start to wonder, is this a little demoralizing for this Hawks team? They're under pressure now. They need to have something big happen here, like a sack, to kind of shift that momentum back towards their side.
That's what they did down here last time. 7 consecutive stops inside the red zone to get a turnover on downs. Excuse me, that was a pick. It was Compton with the INT. On first and goal, they'll run the quarterback. That is Tate. And Tate, with positive yardage, moves forward. Picks up 6 or 7 as we hit the 3-minute mark to play in the first half. We are scoreless as Green Hill, they put up big numbers this year, but this Liberty Creek defense has really slowed them down. And the Liberty Creek side just trying to take a lead here in the final minutes of the half.
Yeah, whenever Green Hill comes back out on offense, we'll see how Garrett can handle that pressure.
3 receivers right, receiver to the left. Tate will ask Pomeroy to go in motion left to right. They're going to run the option that way. Flip Pomeroy to the boundary. Gets past Galbraith into the end zone. Touchdown, Liberty Creek. The Wolves will take a lead with 2:20 left in the first half. Oh, they just knifed them up there on offense, through the air and on the ground. Liberty Creek, after walking off the Sumner County Championship a couple weeks ago, they take the lead now with 2 minutes left in the first half, and they'll go for 1. Leading 6-0. Olivia Tate with the snap. Quick drop, pumps, throws across the middle. It is caught. Additional point on the scoreboard for the Wolves. The extra point by Addie Medina, the sophomore. And with 2 minutes exactly left in the first half, Liberty Creek 7, Green Hill nothing in this District 9 championship.
Green Hill's got to find a way on offense. The defense really isn't playing that bad. They're running the option plays a lot, Liberty Creek is, and Green Hill's really stepping up to that well. Last time they just had a missed grab. Let's let that one go for a touchdown, but it's all good. They'll bounce back.
Other than their final possession of the game where they ended the ball with their hands in regulation, Green Hill 5 possessions in the county championship. They had 5 touchdowns. Here they've touched it twice, and they have 0 points. See what they can do with 2 minutes and 2 timeouts left in the first half. McKinley Stone, the running back, motioned out of the backfield. Garrick with the snap. Throws left, caught by Solomon. McKenna, the sophomore, down the sideline, avoided 2 Liberty Creek Wolves. She's still running past the 40, and finally making the stop is Caroline Pomeroy. First down, the biggest offensive play of the night for Green Hill.
That's what they needed. They needed that lifeline. They needed the big play, kind of get them going. McKenna Solomon, just what she does best.
First down from their own 36. Clock winds, 90 seconds left in the half. Liberty Creek 7, Green Hill nothing. Wolves will get the football to begin the second half. Garrick with the snap, rolls left, quick throw. Ball is jumped and nearly intercepted.
Pass is incomplete.
Reading the pass like a book and breaking it up as the opposing quarterback, Olivia Tate, makes plays on offense and also on defense.
Yeah, scary throw. Lucky to have the ball back in her hands. Sully Garrick really, they put 2 blockers out there now. I don't know if you noticed that, Christian Posey. They've started to try to stop this pressure that's really affecting her.
Can't necessarily block, but like you said, you can kind of be where your feet are. You can't go out of your way to make contact. See how Green Hill can respond to this pressure from Liberty Creek. Here comes a rusher right up the middle. Garrick throws high over the head, incomplete. It was J.C. Hawks, the intended receiver. And now with 1:17 left in the first half, it's going to be a long 3rd down with the line to gain being the 20-yard line. Pressure has certainly gotten to Green Hill here in the first half. An interception thrown on the first drive, the opening drive of the game. Green Hill came up short on their second drive. 3rd time they've had it here in the first half. Down by 7, and timeout going to be called here by the Green Hill Hawks.
Taken by the Hawks.
Green Hill led by Austin Hicks, assisted by Josh Crouch. Josh Crouch, the offensive coordinator for the defensive side of things. It's Austin Hicks that takes control of that side.
Let's see if they can speak some words of encouragement to Sully Garrick's head. How can she handle this blitz and find her targets down the field? She's only being able to dump it off, and the defenders are all there waiting for it.
7 for Liberty Creek, nothing for Green Hill. Big here too, Logan, just knowing with it being a long 3rd down. Probably not going for it on 4th down if they don't get any progress here. But also knowing too, Liberty Creek with a chance to touch it, and they do get the football back to begin the second half. So certainly a big scenario here. We're still in the first half.
You know, now could be a time they run a play like the double pass. Something to change it up.
Worked out well the last time. Tolbert threw it to Kennedy Plummer. But see the response as well from this Liberty Creek defense. On 3rd and long, just past midfield, Garrick with a rusher in her face, throws right side at Stone. Liberty Creek will send 2 to stop the freshman. That's exactly what they do. It's Peyton Garner.
She's met by number 4, Peyton Garner of the Wolves.
Gain of about 7 on the play, and it's going to be 4th down. Opportunity for this offense to stay out there, and that looks exactly like what the Hawks will do. With less than a minute left in the half. Liberty Creek 7, Green Hill nothing. Can Garrick buy time to get the ball downfield? She's been forced to really check things down quite a bit. On 4th down, false start. Plummer took off running on the left side. That's going to stop the clock with 34 seconds left. And now Green Hill's going to decide to punt.
That was a double pass right there. They were setting it up.
Yeah, it looked like Pfeiffer, the center, had stood up out of her stance with the football in her hand, didn't leave the ball on the ground. And a little bit of the confusion there led to the false start. And Liberty Creek, with 34 seconds left in the half, they still have 2 timeouts and a 7-point advantage. Will take over after the punt that will pin them around the 5-yard line.
Let's see if Liberty Creek wants to get a little aggressive here. They know they get the ball back after half. They're up by 7. They can make some moves if they want to.
Olivia Tate, the quarterback, led this team down the field for a touchdown last time. Here she'll look to throw right side. Ball deflected and incomplete. Intended for Addie Medina, the sophomore, on the throw. A lot of traffic over there for Green Hill as well. So now 2nd down, clock stopped with 30 seconds left. Green Hill just with 1 timeout remaining. Both teams get 2 timeouts per half. So wonder here if you see the Wolves keep it on the ground and get the clock running. 3 tight just off the football. Wolf in motion, snap, they're gonna fake the give. Handoff, Pomeroy, limited on the run by Sarah Butler. 22 seconds left and counting. Will Green Hill take a timeout? That does not seem to be the case, as this could be it for the first half.
Good awareness from Butler. We saw that last night on Samaria Payne. Butler's able to step up on those end arounds.
And that looks to be the case as Liberty Creek content to let this one hit halftime, and that is the ordeal here at Roger Perry Field on the campus of Mount Juliet High School. Mount Juliet, Tennessee, the site of this District 9 championship. Liberty Creek out of Sumner County, they have come to Wilson County, and they lead Green Hill 7-0 after 20 minutes of action in this District 9 championship. We're going to step aside, hear a word from the TSSAA along with our friends at Wilson Bank and Trust as you're watching TSSAA flag football on both the Green Hill Sports Network and on BNN. Back in just a moment for more action here from Middle Tennessee.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the TSSAA and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
You know, starting to save for your future doesn't have to be difficult. Let Wilson Bank and Trust help tone up your financial goals this year. Our certificates of deposits or CDs can help your money work harder with our competitive rates, earning you more than ever before. WBT checking options allow you to earn rewards you can really use, like a high interest rate or cash back on check card purchases when you meet some e-banking qualifications. Visit your closest Wilson Bank and Trust office or online at wilsonbank.com to get started today. Member FDIC.
Back with you from Roger Perry Field here at Mount Juliet High School. Christian Capozzi, Logan Hagelin, and the entire team involved with tonight's production. A collaboration with the Green Hill Sports Network and BNN of Mount Juliet High School. Game number 1 tonight was the Wilson County Championship. This is the District 9 Championship between the Liberty Creek Wolves and the Green Hill Hawks. The score, Liberty Creek 7, Green Hill nothing as we get set for second half action. Logan, what have you seen so far as we get set for half number 2?
Liberty Creek's defense is electric. They're really good at pressuring the quarterback, and it's forcing Sully Garrick into some bad decisions. Let's see if she can find her feet in the second half. Now, Green Hill's defense has been exceptionally well, and I think they're playing just the way they need to be to come back in this game.
The Wolves have had a very well-balanced offense. They've put it in the air. They've had some success on the ground, including the only touchdown to this point, an option play that found the Wolves into the end zone. They lead 7-0. Clock wound to begin the second half, and it's Liberty Creek on offense here to get half number 2 going. The quarterback, Olivia Tate, takes the snap. They're going to run option right side. The pitch bobbled. Sarah Butler comes up, makes contact with Peyton Garner, does pull the flag, but also runs into Garner. That's going to be a penalty on Green Hill.
That's unfortunate now. I mean, she steps up, makes the play, but of course it's flag football, so there is going to be a penalty there.
Trying to limit the contact. It is going to be a 5-yard penalty and will be first down. The Wolves need just 2 yards to hit the 20 to reset the down marker. 1st and 2. Three receivers left, receiver right side. Tate with a back to her right. They are going to run it left side in the hands of Saylor. Saylor will move the chains. Stop on the play made by Morgan Middleton. First down, Liberty Creek, just past a minute into the second half.
There's your reliable Sailor bouncing off a few defenders, picks up some yards, grabs a first down. Just what you want.
1st and 17. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Liberty Creek, although just 7 points on the scoreboard, been somewhat methodical on offense. Here they're going to run the option again. Number advantage. They pitch to Saylor, and that time Green Hill defended it well. It's Galbraith that limits the run to a yard or two. It's now 2nd and long.
Really watching the option now. They ran it a couple times. Definitely don't want to get fooled. You have somebody on the quarterback, have somebody else's eyes on the running back.
Certainly seems to be a brand of football Liberty Creek's playing right now that maybe the Hawks haven't seen so much from their opponents in Wilson County.
Yeah. MJ didn't run that. Lebanon didn't run that. MJ ran it once, and it turned into a touchdown, but it definitely prepared Green Hill for this game.
On 2nd and long, tight formation, 3 targets to the right of the center, option again. It's flipped out to Pomeroy, and this time Butler doesn't run into the running back, runs right into the flag. It's going to be a long 3rd down that faces Liberty Creek. 2.5 minutes into the second half. Wolves 7, Hawks nothing.
I'll tell you what, Christian, Butler does not miss the flag. She'll always get it every single time, does not get by her.
Liberty Creek needs the 40 to move the chains. On an offense that has been balanced, haven't seen too many passes through the air here tonight. They will sling this one, middle of the field, spin move as is grabbed by Garner. She's tripped up at the 40 and lunges into Liberty Creek, make that Green Hill territory down to the 39-yard line. Needed the 40, got a yard more.
Yeah, good recognition of where the line was. She dives right over it. She knows she has to get the first down. Good awareness.
Certainly not for a lack of a passing game while they choose to run the ball, as Olivia Tate had a little zip on the pass out of that right hand. But just really goes to show the balance that this Liberty Creek offense can showcase.
All right, thank you.
They'll stay with that tight alignment. Green Hill starting to send more defenders near the football. Snap, Tate takes off and run between the tackles. Old power football here at flag football. And it's McKinley Stone that puts it into the run. Some 3 or 4 yards on the game. 2nd and long with 16:15 left in regulation. Lady Wolves 7. The Green Hill Hawks scoreless to this point, almost 25 minutes in. Empty backfield again for Tate. The junior quarterback claps her hands, takes the snap. Here comes pressure, throws across the middle. It is deflected and broken up on the play by Sarah Butler. Looked to be an open Liberty Creek receiver in the area, but saving the day, the senior Butler brings up a long 3rd down.
That was great defense. She saw the ball coming. Normally she sticks to the outside, but she pushes up the field to the middle, gets her hand in there, knocks the ball away.
Liberty Creek last time faced with this scenario moved the chains on a long 3rd down. Here they line up, a little bit of confusion on the outside as Caroline Pomeroy, the sophomore receiver, hands in the air. Looks like she's ready to go now. On a long 3rd down, McLean the rusher. It's going to be Tate tucking and running, but not long. J.C. Hobbs brings a stop to the run right at the line of scrimmage. 4th down here for Liberty Creek. Will they punt? Will they keep the offense out there? They're looking over to the Liberty Creek sideline. This defense that has not given up a score just yet. And they are going to decide to punt. So the Green Hill defense gets the stop. That opening drive did take 5 minutes off of this second half clock, but the Hawks offense will touch it for the first time here in the second half, and Logan to see what adjustments they made at halftime.
Yeah, it'll be definitely interesting. They did a great job on defense there. They chewed the clock. Liberty Creek was able to chew the clock a bunch, but as long as they stopped them right around midfield, they couldn't get any more.
14.5 minutes left in this District 9 championship. Winner goes to the TSSAA State Invitational next week in Murfreesboro. Pressure was a problem for Green Hill in the first half. On 1st down, how do they handle it here? 3 receivers to the left, receiver right side. Snap, Garrick has time. Throws out in front. It is caught by Galbraith. And Galbraith, no gain, back to the line of scrimmage. As the quick check down, defended well by Liberty Creek. Logan, they're sending pressure, making a quick throw, and they really rally to the football.
Yeah, they were great to get there. I saw Coach Crouch was a little bit upset about that. Not the look that he wanted, but the check down had to be taken there.
Now on 2nd and 10. They need the 20 to move the chains. Hawks do have 2 third-down conversions tonight, but they've had to do them in somewhat miraculous fashion. On 2nd and long, Garrick rolls right immediately, throws at Solomon, gets away from one Liberty Creek Wolf, still on her feet and past the 20 for a first down. That time the shorter throw does result in a big play for Green Hill.
And you know, if you have to keep going short, the ball has to end up in somebody's hands like Kenna Solomon. She's so good about getting away from defenders, slipping up the field, and she'll get you that first down.
It will be a Hawks first down.
Garrick missing a flag. The head official hands it to the senior quarterback. Green Hill, Liberty Creek, this District 9 championship. Under 13 to play. It's Liberty Creek leading by 7. On first down, just past the 20, Garrick short arms a throw intended for KT Tolbert. And that's another play you can just credit pressure. Garrick threw it quicker than she wanted and didn't have enough behind it to give it to her freshman target.
Yeah, the pressure is so strong. Looking for KT Tolbert. KT Tolbert could definitely move the ball if she gets it. I'm sure she'll probably go back again this drive.
2nd and 18. Garrick looks for Tolbert again. This time gets it to her, lobs a pass. Tolbert back inside, spins around one Liberty Creek defender, but the second one pulls the flag. Ava Hergen, the senior, with the stop. It's another long third down. Man, these Liberty Creek defenders are sure tacklers.
Yeah, and KT Tolbert, like I said, she'll get the ball in her hand. She slipped one. She couldn't get too far, but she definitely made some moves.
Scoreless to this point. Now 30, make that 28 minutes into the game. On a long third down, Garrick with some time, looks, now shot puts it out front. It's Galbraith. Galbraith's past one defender, runs past two, still does not have a flag pulled, going to be tripped up at the 40. Is there a flag down on the play? The official checking his pocket for a flag, and there's the flag. Oh my goodness, how did Galbraith get out of trouble, dodge multiple defenders, got to the line to gain herself, and then also additional penalty yardage on the play?
Galbraith just hit him with the sidestep. I like the move. 3 times in a row, sidestep, sidestep, sidestep. Moves the ball and then wraps up with a penalty. Way to move the chains.
A second third down conversion tonight that has been in quite miraculous fashion. The first one, it was a double pass that Kennedy Plummer brought in the first half. That time, Galbraith caught it some 10 yards shy of the line to gain, got to the 40 and 5 extra yards on the Liberty Creek penalty. 1st and 15, Green Hill. Garrick snap, throws right side over the head and incomplete of J.C. Hawks. It's 2nd down with 10:35 to play. Liberty Creek leads by 7.
That's a tough thing to do whenever you're under pressure, is put the right amount of touch on the ball. We've seen that on both sides of the ball, from Liberty Creek and from Green Hill, as well as MJ too. It's tough.
Long 2nd down, Tolbert in motion, option, flips behind at Stone, down the sideline. The freshman gonna have her flag pulled inbounds on a diving grab made by Ruby Saylor.
Good job by the defense to push the runner to the boundary, leaving them nowhere to go, and an easy tackle.
After getting the big play, the incomplete pass, the run that gets back to the line of scrimmage, just like that, the Hawks right back in a 3rd and long scenario. With 9:45 left in this District 9 championship. Solomon in motion right to left, settles on the left side. On 3rd and 15, there's the snap. Garrick looks left, throws right. It's caught. It's Tolbert to the 20. KT, the freshman, to the 10. Tolbert still able to run forward, but finally stopped some 5 yards shy of the end zone. Pulling the flag and saving the score was Alyssa Page. 1st and goal, Green Hill. They do it again on 3rd and long.
And that's what we wanted to see from Soleil Garrick. She displays her confidence, throws it in a tight spot, and lets KT Tolbert do the rest.
Hawks have it in the red zone for the first time here in this ball game. This offense that they put up 30 points in back-to-back games, scoreless, as we are 31 minutes into the game. Snap, Garrick, she'll run right and right into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Hill. The old quarterback keeper. The senior hasn't run much at all in 2025, but she has paid her and finds it in a critical point in this ball game.
You said it, Soleil doesn't run too much, but definitely caught the defense off guard by that one. Was able to get it in.
Big extra point here. Green Hill will go for one, down 7-6. 8.5 minutes left in the second half. Pfeiffer, the center. Ready to snap to Garrick. There it is. Rolls left. Looks for Plummer. High ball. Incomplete. She overshot the Louisiana Monroe signee as of earlier this afternoon, and it's going to stay a 7-6 ball game with 8 minutes left to play.
You know, Sully really wanted to get that high point with Kennedy Plummer. I saw it. I could see it before the play started, too. She's kind of out there on an island and just wanted that one, couldn't get it.
Sully Garrick, the senior quarterback for Green Hill, leads a 6.5-minute drive that finds the end zone for the first time in this game for Green Hill, but the point after no good. They trail by 1. Liberty Creek takes over on offense. Hand off to Ruby Saylor that moves the chains on play number 1 of the drive and has it out around the 25-yard line. First down for there on play number 1 of what is obviously, Logan, a critical drive of this game.
Yeah, this is to put the cherry on top, see if you can milk some clock while scoring. And Ruby Saylor is one that you're going to have the ball in your hands.
The Wolves had a low-scoring contest to get to this point a few weeks ago in the Sumner County Championship. Here they lead 7-6 with 7:15 to play.
Yes.
Tate, the QB keeper, flips last second, out of some traffic, down the sideline, still inbounds at Saylor, going, and not gone. The play made around the 10-yard line by Sarah Butler. She saves the day and gives Green Hill a shot with 7 minutes left in the game. But my goodness, the option play tonight for Liberty Creek has been super effective.
Yeah, that one worked out just the way they wanted it to. There's Saylor again, getting down the field, slipping through a couple tackles, and sets them up for a good first down.
Green Hill with 1 red zone stop in this game already. They need one here in the worst of ways with 6.5 minutes left, trailing 7-6. Winner goes to the TSSAA State Invitational next week in Murfreesboro. First and goal. There's the snap. It's a flip right side, taken in, and there's another tackle as Butler was run into by Caroline Pomeroy. And Butler is down after the play. That'll stop the clock with 6:15 left to play. Here in the second half, Liberty Creek 7, Green Hill 6. This is the District 9 championship in TSSAA flag football, as Butler helped up to her feet. Looked like she had the breath knocked out of her on a collision there. And Logan, as we've talked about already in this broadcast tonight, just happens to be kind of the scenario with this sport. It's thought to be a non-contact sport, but in reality, that's really not the case.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of these penalties that Sarah Butler is racking up is totally incidental. She's just going for the ball. Same with the receiver, and it just happens that they cross paths and collide.
So that was first and goal. The ball not currently on the ground, as there is going to be a penalty on that play, and they are going to walk it off half the distance to the goal. So from the 5-yard line, it'll be first and goal still for Liberty Creek. They lead by 1. Clock wound with 6:15 to play. 3 receivers right, receiver to the left. The quarterback for Liberty Creek is Olivia Tate, the junior. Letting some clock tick. Now with a hand in the air, the official motions that there's 10 seconds left. Snap, Tate fakes the pitch and runs forward, but McKinley Stone with a quick grab limits the run to 1. It's second and goal with 5:40 left to play.
Stone and Butler are really good about stopping the run pretty quickly, and again, they just display it there.
First half, Liberty Creek had 7 consecutive goal-to-go plays that Green Hill defended and ended up with an INT, a pass that was picked off by Hannah Compton. Can Green Hill find a similar stop here late in the ball game on second and goal? They flip it again. Right side running, Pomeroy stretches it into the end zone. Touchdown, Liberty Creek. The option play works again for the Wolves, and they increase their lead. They once led by 1. They're now back up by 7 with 5 minutes left to play.
It was a tough spot for Stone. She had to pick between the running back and the quarterback. She went with the quarterback, and there was nobody on her tail to help her decide there. So easy path to the touchdown.
Liberty Creek could have had a chance here to make it a 2-score game if they decided to go for 2. They are going to go for 1 with 4.5 minutes left. from the 3-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Tate takes a snap, looks to throw, back of the end zone, all alone, but it's incomplete. Had a receiver on the back pylon, intended for Caroline Pomeroy, but with 4:15 left, the extra point is no good, and this day's a 7-point game with just over 4 minutes, and Logan, now time to mount a drive if you're Green Hill.
The door is open. They showed some good signs last drive, and I think that they can continue that.
Pomeroy with another touchdown. But the point after no good, 13 for Liberty Creek, Green Hill 6. Took them over 30 minutes to score their first touchdown here in this one. Can they find pay dirt a little quicker with 3:40 and counting? Garrick, they're going to go double pass. Tolbert has a lot of time. KT looks, now going to throw downfield. Heaves the ball. It is caught. It's caught by Plummer. Plummer to the 40, and it would be a Green Hill first down. There is a flag on the play, and it's pass interference on Liberty Creek.
Yeah, great play, great setup. KT had all the time in the world. Finds Plummer, just like I was talking about earlier in the game. You want that height advantage, there it is.
Second big reception tonight for Kennedy Plummer. We mentioned she just earlier this afternoon signed her college scholarship to Louisiana Monroe for volleyball, but she's made some huge plays here tonight in this district championship. Pass interference, first down, Green Hill from the 35-yard line. Under 3 to play, they trail 13-6. Diamond formation around Garrick. Snap, Tolbert will run right. Tolbert will throw, last second, looking downfield, ball incomplete. Hawks the intended receiver. There's also a flag down as well.
I think she may have been past the line whenever she threw the ball.
It is an illegal forward pass, which should be a loss of 5 and also a loss of a down. Trying to get tricky.
I like that play. That was a good little setup right there. I really believed that was going to be a run, and I was proven wrong.
They do move it back to midfield at the 40 with 2:15 and counting left to play. Green Hill needs the end zone, trying to mount a comeback in this District 9 championship. Liberty Creek 8-2, Green Hill at 9-0. There's the 2-minute warning. They'll stop the clock. As in the final 2 minutes of each half, it plays as a normal timing. So it'll stop on incomplete passes when you get out of bounds. As the offense will go over and talk with the offensive coordinator, Josh Crouch. Green Hill down 13-6 here in this District 9 championship. I'm Christian Capozzi along with Logan Hagelin. Logan, what do the Hawks have to do to try to find some answers? They've done it once already here this half against this Liberty Creek defense. It certainly gave them some trouble throughout this game.
They got to have some confidence right here. They're going deep, and it's working. It's working, so keep it up.
Will the rush of Liberty Creek come back and have an impact late in this game? Garrick with the snap on 2nd and long, avoids the defender. Garrick now will run. It's a senior that stopped right at the line of scrimmage as she got away from the initial rusher, but there to make a big defensive stop and force 3rd and 19 is Peyton Garner.
All the receivers were down the field. She had her eyes down the field. Luckily, she saw the defender who was blitzing. She was able to step away, but.
And that clock still running. Minute 30 left. 2 plays to get 19 yards. Hawks got to work with a little bit of sense of urgency. On 3rd and long, Garrick to throw, looks for Tolbert, heaves it downfield. The freshman has it incomplete as the ball will fall to the turf and stops the clock with 1:21 to play. And this is going to be your best shot here if you're Green Hill. It's 4th down and 19. They need the 20 to move the chains. Logan, multiple miracles, it feels like, offensively here tonight for the Hawks, and see if they have one more in their back pocket.
Yeah, they've been throwing up really good to KT and Kennedy Plummer. Let's see if they'll go back to Kennedy Plummer here. Maybe JC Hawks with some sure hands.
Plummer, the receiver, to the left. Tolbert, Solomon, Hawks, right side. Pfeiffer to snap. The running back is Ashlyn Galbraith, and now we have a timeout, Liberty Creek. They'll burn one of the 2 timeouts that they have. And certainly as big of a play as this is for Green Hill, Logan, the sense for Liberty Creek, if they get a stop here, they're probably thinking Murfreesboro on their mind for next week.
Absolutely. You don't want to get too comfortable yet. You still got one more play in the tank, but I'm sure they got their eyes on that right now.
Both huddles going over their instructions here on 4th and 19 for Green Hill, undefeated throughout this inaugural season. For Liberty Creek, an upset in their county championship. They defeated Hendersonville, who was previously undefeated, on a walk-off touchdown 2 weeks ago. So it's a team that hadn't played a lot of football here recently, but they have played at a high level tonight. With 81 seconds left in this District 9 championship, 4th and 19. Hawks with 4 receivers to the right. They're going to throw it to Tolbert. KT looks to pass, heaves it downfield. Hail Mary time for Green Hill. Ball is tipped. Ball is incomplete. A jump ball on the right sideline deflected, and with 1:12 left, turnover on downs, and Liberty Creek will take over near midfield.
They had the play set up, the double play, exactly what they needed. I mean, Liberty Creek's a little used to that by now, but it was needed because there was a blitz right up the middle, and I'm sure that Coach Crouch and Coach Hicks knew that was coming.
An interesting aspect here, too, for the Wolves. They take over at the 39, needing just a yard for a first down. A tough change here for Green Hill, needing stops and needing as much time on the clock as they can get. With 1:12 left, Tate, the quarterback, with the snap. Handoff running left side. It's Ruby Saylor. There's your first down. Stop made by Green Hill. See if they decide to use any of their timeouts here. They do not just yet, as we now have less than a minute left to play.
You have to think that Liberty Creek's going to keep the ball on the ground here. Play it safe.
Yeah, not much of a reason to put it in the air. But they have been effective both ways offensively tonight. The option play has been quite effective, and then timely pass plays out of the arm of Olivia Tate. On first down, they're going to run a reverse right side. Quick pull by Sarah Butler. There's your timeout. 31 seconds left. Down 13-6. The Hawks have forced a long second down for Liberty Creek. As we mentioned, the winner, the incentive here tonight, you advance to the TSSAA State Invitational to be played next week at Richard Siegel Soccer Complex in Murfreesboro, May 7th and 8th. The top team from each district invited to attend. Teams will compete in pool play on Wednesday and advance into a single elimination bracket on Thursday. All participating teams are guaranteed to play on both days of the tournament, and they'll have a schedule there on TSSAA.org to find out more. 13 for Liberty Creek, 6 for Green Hill. The Hawks have 1 timeout remaining. It is 2nd and long for the Wolves. They send 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Tate takes the snap. Handoff, running right, it's Saylor. Tripped up again as it's another stop made once more by Sarah Butler. And there's the last timeout by Green Hill. 26 seconds left, as now it just becomes really a math game on the field for these coaches, trying to figure out timing and how many more times they really got to snap it.
Yeah, Sarah Butler's really good at pulling that flag. She doesn't miss. But clock is winding. Not too many timeouts left here.
As you mentioned, too, the way that this one kind of projects down the stretch, you keep it on the ground, that clock continues to run here. You think if you're Liberty Creek, you can just run it one more time and try to head to the house. Main thing here, too, a ball that hits the turf ruled a dead ball as well. We've seen it multiple times, especially earlier in night 1, or I should say game 1 of tonight's action in the county championship. But here, 3rd and 15 for the Wolves. 26 seconds left. They lead 13-6. On 3rd down, Tate holds the football. Green Hill not going to rush. There's the knee down at midfield. It's 4th down. As the clock will run, it would be 4th down, but Liberty Creek does not have to snap it. And the Wolves have come to Mountain Juliet High School and Roger Perry Field and have won the District 9 championship. as they defeat the Green Hill Hawks, previously undefeated, back-to-back games. The Wolves have knocked off an undefeated team. This time they do it to the Hawks of Green Hill by a score of 13-6.
Yeah, Liberty Creek really found a way to put a cap on this explosive offense, and with sending a blitz, sending pressure, got in the head, and it worked.
Seems to really be a winning formula of football, the way that they can effectively run it on the ground. A capable passer as well, Olivia Tate. And then you mentioned defensively, really, really good for this Green Hill offense that in their last 2 games scored 30-plus points, held to 6 here in the District 9 Championship. We'll now throw it to the field for our trophy ceremony.
Presenting that trophy is athletic director for Green Hill, Mr. E.J. Wood. And now this year's District 9 champions, the trophy is being presented by Dr. Ron Sarver, Sumner County AD, goes to the young ladies from Liberty Creek, the Liberty Creek Wolves. We would like to thank you for coming out.
There you have it. District 9 championship belongs here in the inaugural season for Wilson County along with Sumner County to the Liberty Creek Wolves as they defeat Green Hill by a final score of 13-6. Logan, before we get out of here, any final comments before we wrap up on what has been a fun night, action-packed night of flag football here in Middle Tennessee?
You know, that was a well-deserved win for the Liberty Creek Wolves, and special game play was Ruby Saylor. She always found a way to just move the ball no matter what situation she was in, whether there was defenders around her or nobody near. She found a way to get down the field and pick up a new first down.
Absolutely. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to our coverage of flag football tonight here at Roger Perry Field, and a special shout out to everybody involved in this production, as it was a collaborative effort between the Green Hill Sports Network and BNN of Mountain Juliet High School. Well done by everybody involved, and certainly a fun venture. 2 games featuring 3 teams, and your champion after it all is the Liberty Creek Wolves as they win in the District 9 championship over Green Hill by a score of 13-6. Once again, a big thank you to all of the participating parties in this, all 3 schools, and then the folks at BNN at Mountain Juliet High School and the Green Hill Sports Network. It was a fun night of flag football, and certainly a sport that is growing like a wildfire with the interest and the growth of the game, and I think it's certainly here to stick around for quite some time. And sticking around going into the state invitational next week, the Liberty Creek Wolves as they win it here tonight. Thank you for watching our coverage of TSSAA flag football. This has been BNN and Green Hill Sports Network here from Mount Juliet.